The midday hum at Bridgeford's department store in Brookfield buzzed like clockwork. Gareth Cooper, the store manager, thrived on control. His sharp voice snapped across the floor. Vicky, balance the registers. Dan, check the electronics. No strays. Orders flew. Employees obeyed, and the rhythm of retail marched on. But today wasn't routine. Through the polished doors walked a woman in a plain gray blouse, dark jeans, and flat black shoes. Monique Washington appeared like any other shopper. Unremarkable, quiet, observant. No one recognized the new CEO of Bridgeford's, who had come undercover to see the store as it truly operated. She moved with intention, weaving between displays, watching employees interact with customers. Her presence was calm, but not unnoticed. At checkout, Vicky Ramirez glanced up, puzzled. That lady's been standing there a while, she murmured before dismissing the thought that in electronics. Dan Lee organized headphones when he noticed her by the televisions. He nodded politely but didn't approach. From the security monitors, Gareth watched with a narrowing gaze. The woman hadn't touched a thing, but her stillness, it unsettled him. He reached for the phone. Marcus Electronics. Mid-30s black woman, gray top, dark jeans. Keep an eye. Beth Thompson, folding shirts nearby, received a similar cue. Be ready, Gareth told her, in case she bolts. Marcus Reynolds, the store's security guard, approached quietly. Beth fell into position, a silent sting operation for a woman who had only watched. Monique saw them coming. Can I help you? She asked evenly. Ma'am, Marcus said, we need to check your bag. Store protocol. Her brow lifted. That won't be necessary, she replied calmly. But they insisted. Gareth arrived, stern and flushed. Open it. Now. Monique didn't argue. She unzipped her bag. Only a notebook, her phone, and a charger inside. No merchandise? Gareth asked, baffled. Then he spotted a sleek charging cable. This isn't scanned. Monique gently took it. It's mine from corporate. I brought it for reference. Then, meeting Gareth's eyes, I'm not here to steal. I'm here to observe. The words hung frozen in air. I'm Monique Washington, the new CEO of Bridgeford's. The silence shattered. Vicky gasped audibly. Dan's clipboard hit the counter. Beth's face drained of color. Gareth stumbled backward. You what? She nodded. And I've seen enough. Within minutes, the store's rhythm collapsed under the weight of realization. In the small leadership office, Gareth sat pale and wordless while Monique laid out a portfolio of documents. Memos, complaints, surveillance stills, and sheriff's reports. Profiling, she said. Intimidation. A pattern. I didn't mean to, Gareth started, but she silenced him with a raised hand and pointed to an email. Dan wrote this. You told him, don't waste time on that woman. A black customer. I meant she wasn't going to buy. You didn't know that. More papers followed. Vicky's apology letter. Employee complaints. Diversity metrics. All marked a trend of prejudice. I could fire you, Monique said quietly. Instead, you'll be on probation. Effective now. Diversity training. Strict supervision. Gareth nodded, humiliated. I want to speak with others now, she added. You'll stay here. She left him the silence of his consequences. Across the store, Monique collected a small team. Dan, Beth, Vicky, Lyndon, Tony, and Sarah. They gathered in the break room, tension clinging to their silence. Monique stood before them. This is the beginning of change. But I need your honesty. She turned to Dan. Tell me what happened that day. Dan exhaled. A Hispanic family came in. I offer help. Gareth told me. They won't buy anything. Focus on real customers. I felt ashamed. They left without buying. I didn't stop them. Beth spoke next. There was a black woman browsing dresses. I went to assist, and Gareth pulled me back. Told me I was wasting time. She walked out. I still think about her face. Vicky's eyes filled. When I saw you in electronics, I thought maybe you were casing the place. I told Gareth. He told him to watch you. I regret it so much. I should have trusted my gut. Monique listened, pen poised but unused. She wasn't writing this down. She was remembering. Tony looked down. I've been here 5 years. Gareth never says anything directly, but he lets you know who to watch and who to ignore. I always felt like I had to prove I wasn't one of them. Sarah nodded. Customers ask me, "Do you feel safe here?" That's not normal. Lyndon spoke last, voice trembling. I love this store, but sometimes I hate how it makes me feel. Like I'm not welcome, even when I work here. Monique stood in silence, absorbing every word. This wasn't just about Gareth. It was a culture, one she was now responsible for dismantling. Outside, customers browsed unaware of the reckoning behind the break room doors. The store hummed, oblivious. Inside, Monique took a breath and said, "What we do next?" Bridgeford's buzzed with quiet anticipation. Near the break room, a new sign read, "All hands meeting at 3 p.m." Whispers swirled. Monique Washington, the newly appointed store CEO, had called the meeting, and someone from corporate was attending. By 2:50, nearly every employee had gathered. Folding chairs scraped the floor, the air tense. Gareth Cooper lingered at the back, face pale. His authority had eroded since Monique's quiet but powerful arrival. Near the front, Dan Lee, Bethany Thompson, and Tony Morales exchanged nervous glances. At precisely 3, Monique entered in a black blazer, composed yet commanding. Behind her stood Claire Whitman, the corporate executive tasked with assessing Bridgeford's culture. "Thank you for coming," Monique began, voice unwavering. "We're here to rebuild Bridgeford's into a place of dignity and accountability. Ms. Whitman is here to listen, not just to what's been said, but to what hasn't." Claire nodded. "We're evaluating all stores to ensure inclusivity and fairness. Today, we begin with your voices." Monique turned. "Vicky, would you share your experience?" Vicky stood, clutching her apron hem. "I wrongly accused Miss Washington of shoplifting last week. Gareth told me to report suspicious people immediately. I panicked and assumed the worst. When I realized she was our new CEO, I was horrified. I'm deeply sorry." Claire made a note. "Thank you for your honesty." Monique nodded, then addressed Dan Lee. Dan stood tall. "I was showing a new tablet to a Hispanic family when Gareth told me to stop wasting time and focus on real buyers. I felt humiliated." They walked out. I kept thinking, what message did that send to them? Claire's brow furrowed. Beth rose next. "I offered to help a black woman looking at dresses." Gareth asked, "Why are you bothering her?" She left immediately. I felt ashamed, powerless. Linda, normally quiet, spoke up. "In the stockroom, I've heard Gareth say we shouldn't waste time on customers who can't afford anything." I felt invisible, like we were being told to judge who deserves respect. Tony added, "I've had customers act like I was going to steal something. It hurts, but worse is seeing our own leadership reinforce that fear." Sarah looked up. "I once helped a woman who spoke little English. Gareth pulled me aside and said, 'Don't waste time on people who can't speak clearly.' That woman left in tears. I didn't know how to fix it." Claire looked at Gareth. "Mr. Cooper, do you wish to respond?" Gareth's voice cracked. "I thought I was enforcing rules. I didn't realize the harm. I never meant to offend anyone." Monique's gaze hardened. "Intent does not erase impact. Gareth, you're on probation. You'll attend every inclusion training. Improvement is expected. If not, your time here ends." She turned to the team. "We can't undo the past, but we can rebuild this place together." She handed a document to Dan. "You'll lead data tracking, customer feedback, and discrimination complaints. All reports come to me directly. Beth and Linda receive another file. You'll organize training on inclusive service. Weekly workshops. Linda, you'll also manage our anonymous hotline." Vicky blinked in surprise as Monique laid a paper before her. "You'll be our ambassador for respect, because you've made a mistake and owned it. You'll be the first point of contact for anyone who feels mistreated, customer or staff." Tony and Sarah exchanged glances as Monique added, "You'll co-lead our community outreach. Monthly forums where shoppers can share experiences. Bridgefords must listen, not just speak." Murmurs rippled across the room. Of hope, uncertainty, even resolve. Claire closed her notebook. "This store has a long road, but it's begun walking it. Thank you for your bravery." As employees filed out, Monique stepped back toward Garrett's office. She found him slumped, eyes downcast. She closed the door gently. "You will attend every session," she said. "You'll be monitored. If you change, we'll support that. But this store won't tolerate more harm. Gareth nodded, silent. Later, as the sun dipped behind Brookfield's glass exterior, the store felt different. The old silence, one of fear of compliance, had cracked. Monique stepped outside the break room and looked at the all-hands sign one last time. Tomorrow, Claire would file her report. But today, something more important had started. People had spoken, and more importantly, someone had listened.